Hello and welcome back to DevPulse, your weekly roundup of everything that's been going on in the game dev world. This week we've got some big updates, major releases like Hollow Knight Silksong, Metal Gear Solid Delta, and Borderlands 4, industry trends around layoffs and investments, plus some controversies shaking up the conversation around monetization and lawsuits. Let's get into it. First up, the games themselves. The long-awaited Hollow Knight Silksong finally launched and the reception has been massive. Steam and console storefronts were struggling on day one because so many players tried to log in at once. On Steam, the game hit one of the highest concurrent player peaks ever for an indie title. Reviews are overwhelmingly positive. For many, this feels like a generational indie release the kind we'll be talking about for years. On the AAA side, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater also came out swinging. Konami's remake of the legendary stealth classic sold over 1 million copies at launch. Critics and longtime fans praised the faithful recreation, though there have been some reports of performance issues that Konami says they're working to address. Then we've got Borderlands 4. This one's a bit messier. The gunplay and loot system are as fun as ever, but technical problems, crashes, stuttering, performance issues across PC and consoles have really hurt its early reception. User reviews on storefronts are mixed, and some outlets even delayed their full reviews until they could test the console builds properly. This is another reminder of how crucial a smooth launch is in 2025's crowded market. And while it hasn't released yet, Silent Hill F is making waves in previews. Hands-on impressions highlight strong atmosphere, haunting visuals, and a bold narrative direction. But some early testers are cautious about combat system and usability. It's one to watch as it heads towards release later this month. Slay the Spire 2 has officially been delayed, with developer Megacrit pushing its early access release from late 2025 to a secret Thursday in March 2026. The team explained that the extra time is needed for polish, expanded features, and to manage some personal life challenges that slowed development. They emphasized that the delay isn't connected to Hollow Knight Silksong's launch or merchandising distractions, but rather the commitment to delivering a sequel that feels bigger, fresher, and more ambitious than the original. While fans are understandably disappointed, most seem willing to wait, trusting Megacrit's track record and hoping the extra time results in deck builder worthy of the original legacy. Beyond individual games, what's the state of the industry right now? Analysts forecast the global gaming market to grow modestly this year, reaching somewhere around $198 to $196 billion. Asia continues to drive much of that growth, with Western markets holding steadily. It's growth, but not the explosive kind we saw during the pandemic years. On the investment side, venture capital flowing into gaming has cooled off significantly. Fewer deals, smaller rounds, investors are being more cautious. We're seeing a shift toward consolidation and safer bets, rather than the spray and pray funding boom of just a few years ago. And that tighter financial climate is showing up in the workforce. Layoffs and studio closures continue across the board, from smaller indie teams to mid-sized developers and even major publishers' QA divisions. It's becoming a grim pattern: cost-cutting, restructuring, and consolidation. For developers, it's a challenging job market. For players, it means some projects never make it to release, and the industry as a whole keeps narrowing around a handful of big players. Now, let's talk controversies. Several lawsuits have been filed around the world alleging that certain games cause addiction or harm, particularly when it comes to monetization practices. While these cases are still in early stages, they're being watched closely because the outcomes could reshape how games use microtransactions, how warnings are presented, or even what kinds of designs are considered acceptable. So, indie games can still shake the industry. Silksong proves that passion projects can rival AAA hype. Technical polish at launch is no longer optional, it's make or break. And finally, regulation and lawsuits are looming over monetization practices, which could change the way games are made in the years ahead. That's it for this week's roundup. What stood out most to you? Leave a comment, drop a like, and subscribe if you want to hear more about the news from the game dev world. See ya.